Fair warning, I am terrible at voiceovers, but we will see how this goes. So this past weekend, my friends Taylor, Marcus, and I took a trip to Port Hope here in Ontario to check out the prequel series to the It franchise, Welcome to Derry. So come along for the ride and I will give you a look. So the TV show actually takes place in the late 1950s, early 60s, and it was incredible just to see the amount of shops that they had transformed to make it look like that era. It was absolutely insane. The amount of details, I couldn't believe here at the drugstore, the cash register, 4 cents. That's insane. The amount of small details that you probably won't even be able to see in the show is just insane to me. This was us getting ready to cross the street, and we noticed this one building called the Derry Grill was covered more than other buildings in the area. So I don't know if this is going to be a prominent building in the series, but I guess we'll see. This was a car ad, which I thought was really cool, coming out in 1962. This is a closer look at the Derry Grill. And this was the barber shop, and I could not get over the prices of the barber shop. Take a look at this price list. It is insane. $1 for a basic haircut. Where are you getting that nowadays? Nowhere. I couldn't believe it. Here's a bit of a closer look inside the barber shop. And then we noticed some missing kids posters posted all over the town, and it was very interesting. And we don't know if Pennywise is going to be involved because Bill Skarsgård is currently not signed on to reprise his role as Pennywise in the series. So I guess we'll see what happens. It might be an origin story. Don't know. This was a toy shop, but it was actually open, and it was actually a real bookstore. And when we got inside, I didn't notice at first, but they had some It memorabilia right at the front, and they also had a signed photo, but I'm not entirely sure who the signature was. I tried figuring out when we were there, but I couldn't figure it out. If anybody knows whose signature this is, please let me know. I would love to know. I just love the fact the production team didn't have the entire street closed completely, and we were able to walk it, and there were some pylons, some cords. That's the Derry Press. This was by far the coolest shop, though, we thought, in our opinion, because it was called Modern Appliances, which, obviously in today's standards are not modern, but it was really cool to check out, and I can't get over the prices of things. It's just incredible to me. My grandfather, if he was alive, would have loved to have seen this. It's insane. That TV, high def? I don't think so. Refrigerators, ovens, they had everything, and I couldn't figure out what this was. Was it a freezer or a washer? Somebody tell me, please. This is another view of the entire street. There's a Kodak store. There was a Chinese restaurant. These are some more of the cords. There was a lot of cords. This was cool. This whole sign. Reaper's Image Productions. Very cool. Oranges, 1 cent. Can you believe it? I couldn't. Some canned peaches, applesauce. The Campbell's logo looks the exact same today, which I just absolutely loved. All the fruit here was real as well. Not entirely sure how fresh the fruit was. This was a crew member moving some pylons. I don't know exactly why I recorded him, but you're doing a great job, sir. Great job. This was the Capitol Theater. This was really cool. I have a feeling this will play a big part in the show. There were a whole bunch of old movie posters. These were very interesting to look at. Even just the details on every single poster, every little thing. It was just insane. These geese were paid actors. Don't tell me any differently, but I got caught filming them, so I stopped. These were some of the old cars. We didn't actually see them on the road. They were just being stored in the parking lot at the time. And Taylor pointed out this red truck, which I'm sure will pop up in the show at some point, because as you know in the It films, there's always that one pop of red. Then we came across this rainbow walkway, which I'm sure is not in the show, but I was just Pennywise said, gay rights, yas! I am so weird. This was more of the street blocked off. I think they were just trying to get people not to park on the street. And you might actually recognize this park from It Chapter 2. I'm not entirely sure if it's in the first one, but I definitely remember it from the second one. And they are building the Paul Bunyan statue here. It says coming in 1962. And as you know, this is a prequel series, so the statue isn't built yet. And in the second one, the statue comes to life and it attacks Richie. This is obviously the scene where Pennywise is messing around with Richie here. I haven't seen these movies in a minute. I need to go back and rewatch them. They were so much fun. Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, perfect. And here is my favorite line from this scene. Absolutely love it.
I know your secret, your dirty little secret. I know your secret. secret, your dirty little secret.
God, Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise is just utter perfection. Taylor and I also noticed that the sign was covered in tomatoes and eggs, and this fly was also a paid actor, but I really hope this, like, egg throwing was done intentionally, because if it wasn't, that's just so rude. Like, everyone was being respectful when we were there, and I just really hope somebody didn't actually vandalize this, and it was just for the show. I really, really hope. By the way, I touched it, and it was kind of sticky, so yeah, that's where the monument is going to go that they're building, and there were some kids chilling on the stage. This was Marcus trying to take out his contacts because they were bugging him. He's new to contacts, so he was having a bit of a, trouble. He got them out in, 2 minutes, though. Me, I would have been much worse, trust me.
Are you filming me?
I was, in fact, filming him. This was a closer look at the cars. We actually walked through the parking lot. Taylor and I didn't walk through the parking lot at first because, we noticed there was a bunch of security and we didn't want to get in trouble, but everyone was being respectful, not touching the cars, just checking everything out. The old police cars were really cool. There's that red truck again. Just the amount of detail.
Why do I low-key think, the tops of the garbage cans are going to be... Wow.
Low-key felt bad for Taylor this day. Marcus and I were so gassy for some reason. This was really cool. This was the Derry police station, and they must have added this whole front part to this actual building. I think it was like a law office or something when we were there. I can't remember exactly what it was, but this has to be a prominent role in the show, obviously, because they wouldn't put that much detail into it if it wasn't. This was some old trash. Taylor and I were, losing our minds. It's so cool that, the amount of detail, I just couldn't believe it. This is me freaking out about the trash. Taylor recorded me. And of course, 5 feet away from the old trash was new trash in a new trash can. Couldn't believe it, folks. This was just a spontaneous day trip that we took, and I absolutely loved it. Just very cool to check out the behind the scenes of the show. Can't wait to watch Welcome to Derry when it hits HBO next year, and I just can't wait to check it out. See what I did there? Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog.
You're supposed to say 3.